The Enigma Above and Below. For decades, whispers of unidentified flying objects had been dismissed as the stuff of conspiracy theories. Stories of strange lights in the sky, impossible maneuvers, and sightings by military personnel were buried under bureaucratic silence. But as the years passed and technology advanced, evidence began to pile up. Evidence that could no longer be ignored. What had once been a subject of speculation was now a matter of national security. The enigma of UAPs was no longer a question of belief, but of hard data, physics-defying flight patterns, and encounters that left even the most seasoned pilots shaken. The sky over the Atlantic was clear that evening, a vast, silent expanse of deep blue, stretching endlessly above the USS Theodore Roosevelt. Lieutenant Ryan Graves had seen his fair share of strange radar contacts during his years in the Navy, but what they had encountered in 2015 was unlike anything they had ever faced before. "Sir, we've got another contact," a voice crackled through the comms. Graves narrowed his eyes at the display. The object moved erratically, without any visible means of propulsion. It hovered, then darted at impossible speeds, Mach 5, then Mach 20, stopping on a dime and vanishing below the waves. One day, two Super Hornets were flying through the training area off the coast of Virginia Beach. They were about 100 feet apart when an object zipped past their canopy at an astonishing speed. The pilot who saw it described a dark cube encased within a translucent sphere. It moved with precision, as if it were aware of their presence. The near miss was enough to send shockwaves through the squadron. Safety reports were filed, but answers never came. The encounters weren't isolated. Week after week, month after month, these unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, persisted. No wings, no cockpit, no exhaust, just impossible flight. Graves and his fellow pilots brought their concerns forward, but the stigma around reporting such events loomed heavily. Many feared their careers would be jeopardized if they admitted what they saw. Congressional hearings and government involvement. Years later, in 2022, the halls of Congress echoed with the voices of those demanding answers. For the first time in over half a century, the government held a public hearing on UFOs. High-ranking officials, including Undersecretary Ronald Moultrie and Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray, sat under the harsh lights as lawmakers pressed them for the truth. "Are these physical objects?" a congressman asked. "We can say with certainty that a number of these are," Bray admitted. The hearings revealed a troubling truth. At least 144 incidents had been reviewed, with only one explained. In 18 cases, UAPs demonstrated capabilities far beyond anything the US, Russia, or China possessed. They could hover motionless, then accelerate instantaneously, maneuvering with forces that would crush any known aircraft. But the most chilling revelation was yet to come. Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana, a site bristling with nuclear-tipped ICBMs. Reports surfaced of an event where 10 of these warheads were suddenly rendered inoperable. Above the facility, a glowing, unidentified object had been observed. When pressed for confirmation, the officials hesitated. They had heard the stories, but the official records remained elusive. A pattern was emerging. UAPs had an unsettling interest in nuclear sites. It wasn't just Malmstrom. Similar incidents had been reported at various installations. A silent intelligence, watching, testing, perhaps even manipulating. UAPs and the depths of the ocean. The ocean, vast and unexplored, held more secrets. In Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, a Customs and Border Protection aircraft captured an infrared video of a small, fast-moving object skimming above the water before plunging in without a splash. Moments later, it re-emerged, now as two objects. Experts who examined the footage were left baffled. How could a single craft split in two? What technology allowed seamless transition between air and water? Dr. Gary Nolan, a Stanford professor, had spent years studying materials allegedly recovered from crashed UAPs. Alongside Jacques Vallée, one of the pioneers of UFO research, he analyzed fragments from the infamous Ubatuba event of 1957. A fisherman had witnessed a luminous object explode over the ocean, showering the beach with metallic debris. Tests on the material revealed isotopic ratios that defied conventional metallurgy. Could these be remnants of something non-human? The Galileo Project and the future of UAP research. As the pieces of the puzzle began to align, another name emerged: Avi Loeb, a Harvard astrophysicist. He launched the Galileo Project, determined to apply rigorous scientific methodology to the study of UAPs. His mission: to build an array of infrared cameras, AI-powered analysis, and open-access data to track and identify these mysterious objects. Unlike previous investigations, this effort would be transparent, immune to bureaucratic suppression. The US government had finally acknowledged that UAPs were real. Yet the question remained, what were they? Some saw them as extraterrestrial probes, others as interdimensional visitors, or remnants of a forgotten civilization that had mastered physics beyond our understanding. As the hearings concluded, as classified files continued to collect dust in vaults beneath the Pentagon, one undeniable truth persisted. Something was out there, something far beyond our grasp, and it wasn't going away.